Last week, Father James Martin, S.J., tweeted the following: "It is stupefying to me that women cannot preach at Mass. The faithful, during Mass, as well as the presiders, are missing out on the wisdom, experience, and inspired reflections of half of its members. St. Mary Magdalene, pray for us," unquote. The context, of course, was the feast day of St. Mary Magdalene. And what happened was an online debate broke out between Catholics of various stripes about women giving or not giving homilies. His tweet was linked to an article in America, of which he's the roving editor. And it was a story of a woman who used to preach at Mass before the mean restrictions were enforced by the evil celibates in Rome. Now, I'm going to plan a video soon about why women can't be priests and why this belongs to the infallible deposit of faith. But this current controversy about preaching is a very good intro to that bigger question. So here's what church law lays down. Canon 766. The laity may be allowed to preach in a church or oratory if in certain circumstances it's necessary or in particular cases would be advantageous according to the provisions of the Episcopal Conference and without prejudice to Canon 767, number 1. But Canon 767, number 1 says the most important form of preaching is the homily, which is part of the liturgy and is reserved to a priest or deacon. In the course of the liturgical year, the mysteries of faith and the rules of Christian living are to be expounded in the homily from the sacred text, unquote. So another thing here is that the nature of men and women are different but complementary. The nature of man is to initiate, the nature of women is to receive. Now, the extreme parody of this complementary balance, is to say that initiation is authoritarian dominance and receptivity is sick passivity. They're not the same thing. So from an official pronouncement of doctrine point of view, public teaching per se is inherently masculine, as Jesus Christ, the God-man, is the teacher par excellence, who chose men to officially, publicly teach his doctrine in word and deed, especially in the liturgical context. Now, these are not proof texts, but we see here the fittingness of men as public teachers reflected in the New Testament culture, places like 1 Timothy chapter 2, in various places, 1 Corinthians chapter 14, starting in verse 34. But this directive is not a denigration of the feminine or of women, since the collective nature of the church as bride and as mother is feminine. It bears repeating. The church as bride and as mother, her identity is feminine. Feminists, like Father Martin, assume that power and influence only really matter if public teaching is involved as some kind of role or function. Not only is this obviously not true, why doesn't he complain that 0 women are Jesuits? Isn't the Jesuit order hobbled badly by not having the wit and wisdom and inspired reflections of female SJs? Here are some powerful women. Let's start with the most powerful. Blessed Virgin Mary, the ultimate Jewish mother, the one prophesied in Genesis 3:15, the one who crushed the head of the serpent, the one who gave the word flesh, the one who stood sorrowful at the foot of the cross and who lovingly assented to the torture and murder of her divine Son for our salvation, the one who nurtured the early church, mothered her, you could say, and who to this day intercedes for us, body and soul, before the throne of God, the one who was made incarnate because of her yes to the angel Gabriel. Yes, that woman. Here's another. Your mother. My mother. All good mothers have powerful influence. Mother Angelica, Saint Mother Teresa of Calcutta, Saint Joan of Arc, 15-year-old French teenager, Saint Catherine of Siena, the unlettered woman who told the Pope to go back to Rome from Avignon, Saint Teresa of Avila, Saint Mary Magdalene herself, or how about Saint Therese of Lisieux, doctor of the Church? Not one of these women ever preached at Mass, and all of them have profoundly influenced and taught the universal church in ways too many to name. So please, my feminist brethren, enough with the power rhetoric. The church is our mother. Mother knows best. Subscribe to this channel. Check out the Patrick Coffin Show podcast, which uploads every Tuesday morning, and join the waiting list at coffinnation.com, the largest international culture restoring website and community in the world.